Shalom.
Shalom.
Want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kodash. We want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, from whom we learned the truth. And much love and peace and blessings to all the hopeful elect Akim that are pushing the word of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, in all truth and sincerity. So there's going to be a lesson that we're going to do, me and his brother, Parvala, from the GMS Kansas City camp, basically going in as a response to a video put out by this comedian, this Israelite comedian. Though he doesn't acknowledge himself as an Israelite, he calls himself a so-called black man, which the so-called black man in America, you know, black men, women, and children, as well as the Hispanics and Native Americans, are Israelites. So basically, the guy goes by the name of Holcomb, and he did a video. And in the video on his, was it 5150 show? Yeah, 5150. Basically going into it, how, you know, the current predicament of the world underneath the so-called white man. And they're just, he has him and his panel of, you know, other reprobates that don't have true understanding of why the world is set up as it is right now underneath the so-called white man. You know, and they basically don't have no understanding biblically. They see it in a carnal aspect, but they don't know about it in the spiritual aspect. Why? Because they know that Esau is ruling. They know that he's weak. They know that he's evil, but they refuse to look at it from. And all these statements can be proved in the Bible. So what's the problem with the Bible then? Why don't you, Jakes, want to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments if you can see that the earth's predicament is biblical? Is because you're not chosen to come to this thing. And this thing is the video that we're doing is just an edification to bring out certain points in the scriptures, man, of you know, that the Lord controls. He controls all these things, and it's time to wake up. And it's to the point where it's evident even amongst the 2/3 that they see that the earth is in a fucked up predicament. So what's next? You Israelites that haven't woken up to this truth yet, the 1/3 as well as the 144,000, you need to know that you got to come back into this word, because you got even 2/3 talking about Esau now. They talk about the white man, how he's in power, how he's wicked. You know, so can you go to Job 9:24? You know, just to prove the point that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. The wicked is the so-called white man, the Edomites. You know.
All right, this is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Right, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So that's why the white man is ruling. It's letting you know there right now. The earth has been given to him from on high, from Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, who you people call God, which his real name is Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, his son, who you call Jesus Christ. They have given the reign of the earth to the so-called white man. Why? Because he's the persecutor of the nation of Israel. And he's set up right now in this current predicament so the Lord can judge him. So he can go down and the Lord can make known his name on earth again, just like during the time of Egypt. So read on that.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
Right, he covered the faces of the judges thereof. So that's why there's such thing in history, you can look it up yourself, known as iconoclasm. Because the so-called black man, the so-called Negroes of America, it was that point in time when we actually ruled all of Europe. And what Esau did when he came back into power during the Renaissance period, he destroyed all of our images that looked like us, that looked like dark-skinned men with woolly hair, so-called quote-unquote black, dark skin, because all the nations have dark skin.
Okay.
You know? So he covered up the faces. He made the people that was painted as us, repainted it as him. You can even go to the book known as the Russian Icons, which shows you the images that were painted before the time of the so-called white man destroying the images. So go ahead.
If not, where and who is he?
So if it's not the white man, then who is the wicked? Who is the Lord talking about? Who is the Lord condemning all throughout the scriptures? If it's not the man that's ruling right now, it's obvious. So Let's see. I'm gonna look up this scripture real quick.
Can I say something?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, and another reason why Jake can't get this truth is because they are shitting on the Bible, in which the Bible is where all the answers are, because they feel like the white man wrote it, so it can't have the answers in it. See, that's further, and Esau know that, and that's why he plays into it, you know.
Can you go to Proverbs 3:5? Because the whole situation with this show, this Corey Holcomb and the rest of his guys that's going into Esau, they don't. Well, I could say they address them as, you know, Caucasians is what they call them. Which Caucasian just means a cave dweller. So the reason why you guys don't get it is because you lean on your own understanding.
Okay.
When the Lord said our understanding is supposed to be according to the Bible, it's supposed to be according to what this word says. So it's not about what you think or the way you see things, it's about how the Lord sees things. And the Lord set up his prophets to make his words known unto men. Because you can't pick up the Bible and understand it without the prophets breaking it down to you.
Okay.
So at this point, you Jakes are just in open rebellion. You got that up?
Yeah. This is
Yeah,
Proverbs 3:5. Trust in Yahweh with all thine heart, and lean not into thy own understanding.
That's right. Lean on to our own understanding. Because your own understanding leaves you with no answers. Because they go in on various things on this show that we're referring to about, you know, that's of the truth. That the white man is evil. He's gunning down our people. But they have no answers as to why. Why is he doing this? Why is he in power? Why does he get sick in the sun? Why is he called a Caucasian? Which we're going to get that now, why he's called a Caucasian. Go to Malachi 1:4. It's going to prove why the so-called white man is called a Caucasian. He's the only race of people whose name is associated with a mountain range. Because you got, what, African Americans, you got so-called Latinos, you got Asians, you have Pacific Islanders. We're just using the worldly terms that Esau uses for different nations.
Right.
So the only nation that's associated of these you know 5 primary that they break it down into, that's associated with dwelling with caves is Caucasians, and that's biblical.
Okay. This is Malachi 1:4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness.
Salaki, not that one. Let's go to Obadiah, book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 3.
This is Obadiah, 3rd verse. The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee.
Right, the pride of Esau's heart had deceived thee. Just like Corey Holcomb stated, he's putting this in Esau's putting what he's doing in niggas' face, and he's saying, what are you gonna do about it? That's pride. That's a proud way of moving, of carrying yourself. So go ahead. Okay, because don't the scriptures say, he said, who shall bring me low?
Yeah.
That is exactly what, Jake is starting to realize, but they can't put 2 and 2 together. That's why the prophets are here. We're the true priests of the Lord. We're here to connect those dots between the scriptures and, you know, what they can see in carnality. So go ahead.
Read that again.
Yeah.
The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high.
Yeah, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. Talking about the caves, man. The caves is where Esau resided. Caves is where he lived.
And that's why in America, it looks like Rome all over again. You got the pillars and all that kind of stuff. He want his habitation to look just like the caves.
Yeah, because that same exact precept goes into it. We keep reading.
Whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, "Who shall bring me down to the ground?"
Exactly. And that's what Esau said. He put it in your face. He's killing you on camera or the police body cams. And he's saying, look, who's going to bring me down? Right. He's taunting the other nations. He's putting sanctions on everybody. He's putting sanctions on Russia. Meanwhile, all these nations got nuclear capability, and Esau's not giving a fuck. Why? Because he's a proud man, and he's about to go down. The Lord have him so proud and so basically reckless, so it could be to his own detriment. Because right now, this white man is going down. Because you think they would have gave niggas a radio show to try to expose the ways of the white man back in the 50s and 60s? Nah. The KKK would have rushed Corey Holcomb's live show or whatever and whooped his ass, man. Yeah. But you see, now the Lord it's a time of the white man being revealed.
And plus, they got your location. They would have came down you with SWAT and everything if you was preaching the scriptures and telling people what's really going on. See, they'll let you touch around the surface of everything, but they don't want you to go into the real truth of it.
You go to Daniel 4:17. Because what Jake don't understand is that everything is spiritual, man. The reason why a white man is in power right now is because the Lord put him there. The Lord, who you niggas love, you go into your churches and praise every Sunday, and the next day you're at your barbecue spot eating pork ribs, man. That same Lord who you claim to believe in is the one that put the white man in power. Because you really sit there and marvel how he got in power if you're just looking at it from your own way. Look, it's not up to what you think. Okay. The white man is, he's weak. Yeah, he's an imbecile. Yeah, he's not even intelligent. But that shows you the power of the Lord.
I mean, Jake invented everything and he steals it. That tells you right there that he's not intelligent. All he do is wait and observe Jake and get everything from Jake. That's his MO. That's his motor of operandi. He set things up and watch Jake maneuver and how he maneuver, and then he takes it. You know. This is Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and he giveth it to whomever he will.
Right. He ruled in the kingdom of men. Yahweh. That word there for Lord is Yahweh, the Most High. He controls everything, which now he committed all judgment to Yahweh Shai. So everything is being funneled through Yahweh Shai, which is his son who died on the cross for the nation of Israel. All judgment has been given to him, all principalities and such go through Yahweh Shai to get access to the Most High. So Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is the power that set up Esau to be ruling right now. So go ahead. Should be submitted.
Yeah. And set it up over in the basis of men.
Right, the basis of men. The base sort. So what is base means low. Just like when you about to construct a building, the base of the building is the ground floor.
That's why they call it the basement.
Exactly. Because the basement is the lowest part of the house. And so that Esau is the lowest. That's why he's so wicked. That's why he is a homosexual. That's why he likes, popping animals, man. That's why he has no skin pigment, because he was cursed from the garden, you know.
Because he's adverse to the scriptures. Everything the scriptures tell you what to do, he does the opposite. That makes him a base man, because he can't follow instructions, you know.
You get the story of Jacob and Esau at Genesis 25, because this is a storyline, if you will, that's been brewing ever since the time of Jacob and Esau. really going back to Cain and Abel, but it's manifesting this time because Edomites and the Israelites right now are the two main people on the earth. Two main factors that have to play in the role of the Bible.
We'll start at 21 or
The part where Rebecca got pregnant, she said she inquired of the Lord.
I'll start at 21.
Yeah,
This is Genesis 25 and 21. And Isaac entreated Yahweh for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord entreated him for him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived, and the children struggled together within her. And she said, "If it be so, why am I thus?" And she went to inquire of the Lord, and the Lord said unto her, "Two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels."
There are two manner of people, so it's two different races. Because usually when a woman has twins, those twins have the same nationality because those twins both have the same father. Jacob and Esau both had the same father, but they were two different nations, which I believe that word for people is Aim, which that goes into the different nations. You know, they were two different nations. They were the Edomites. Esau was the progenitor of the Edomites, and Jacob was the progenitor of the Israelites. Those were the two in Rebekah's womb. Okay. So go ahead.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
Right, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people. So we're stronger than Esau. Just as they mentioned Corey Holcomb and that mentioned in that show, he's the weakest man on the planet.
Okay.
So how is he in power? Because the Lord set him up. It's real simple math, man. 2 + 2 = 4. 1 + 1 = 2. It's exactly what the case when it comes to. But you see, the thing is that you niggas, you Israelites that are not aware, you're doing algebra instead of simple mathematics because, like, you know, they'll have the X or the Y because they have hidden variables that they don't know that they're trying to figure out. Us, the prophets have it, so we can do it simple.
Right.
It's simple to us. We can link up different things we see in the world and go to the scriptures, all really based upon the Spirit of the Lord. It's not of us, it's of the Lord that's dealing with us.
And another thing, when it says that one people be stronger than other people, that means in every aspect, not just physical strength, mental strength, everything. We stronger them in every way possible. You know, says, and the elder shall serve the younger.
The elder shall serve the younger, and Jacob was the one that was born first. Not Jacob Salaki. Esau was the one that was born first.
Okay.
So since Esau was the elder brother, prophecy commits that he was supposed to serve us, which he did serve us for a period of time, going back into the fall of the Roman Empire.
Right.
But he got back into power, that's why he's in power right now. But he's going to be serving us again in the kingdom of heaven for another 1,000 years. Okay. And then he's going to be destroyed. Because like Jake knows that Esau is wicked, so the Bible tells you, look, what we're going to do with him. We're going to destroy him. He's going to get taken out of the earth.
And that cuts them saying that Esau ain't going to be saved, because it just said that the older shall serve the younger. That's slavery. Serving, you're a slave. Okay, this is verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. And they call his name Esau.
God, so Esau is red. So hey, that's why he goes in the sun, he turns into a lobster, man. You see some real red Edomites out there, man. He's the only red person on the earth. Like, he tried to flip it on Gad, try to say Gad is the red man. No, like they got the red skins, you know, and these different, you know, what is it called? Mascots that they paint the American Indians as red. They not red. they actually have melanin. They have pigmentation, which is a brown. You Edomites are really red because your blood shows through your skin. So that's why I said the first came out red. That was the first white man on the planet after the flood. So go ahead.
And after they came out, after they that sloppy, and after that came his brother out. And
That was Jacob. And they didn't describe what Jacob looked like because Jacob looked like everybody else on the earth. He was a dark-skinned man. He had color to him. He looked like every other baby that was born. When you see Edomite babies born, they are super red because their skin is real thin. You know, they have a newborn skin, and they're really flushed. They're flushed by the birth. You know, due to just being born, and they start crying, and that's what makes them so red. Israelite babies don't come out looking like that.
Yeah.
They'll either have like a yellowish kind of look to them or brown. That's what people with melanin. That's how people with melanin look. But Esau was red, all over like a hairy garment. He was like a goat skin garment, which those are super red. So that's what he looked like. So it's more.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she buried him.
Yeah. So Isaac was 60 years old, and his name was Jacob, meaning supplanter, because we supplanted Esau for the birthright. Because really, in biblical terms, when you set up who's going to get the estate of the father, when things continue on from father to son, it goes to the eldest son. So technically Esau was supposed to, but it was set up through the spirit for us to get that birthright because we are the chosen seed. We are the ones that continue on the promise of Abraham and to be the kings and rulers of this earth to come underneath Yahushua. Because it's the Most High's movie. We just playing out our role, man. We don't have control over these things. So can you get Romans 9 and 17? Because that shows you the purpose of why Yahweh Shai have set up the white man, because he's about to judge the white man. The white man's going down. We see him going down. He's at a $21 trillion deficit. He's being exposed on a daily for the pedophilia. All these Catholic priests being exposed for pedophilia. Even the Catholic Church said hell don't exist, man. They're getting exposed. But then, in the same token, they're the ones that push the whole hell doctrine to get rich. Now that their cover is blown, they just like, hell don't exist, man. Because their cover is blown, they can't lie no more. The truth is being brought out.
Yep. But this is Romans 9 and 17. For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose I have raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
And we know what happened in Egypt. The Pharaoh refused to hearken unto the voice of Moses, which Moses was, being sent by the Most High. And since he refused, the Lord smote Egypt with plagues. And that's exactly what, the Lord is doing with the so-called white man. Since he refused to let our people go, we've been in his hands for over 500 years. The Lord is about to fuck Esau up on a whole different level. All these Edomites on the shores of America is going to die by nuclear destruction. The ones that I would say survived the race wars, the famine, and so forth, because they're going to get hit with famine. They're going to get hit with race wars. They're going to get hit with all types of diseases and pestilences. They're going to be destroyed by animals and wild dogs. This is the wrath that Yahweh Shai is bringing. So he's the one that set up for Esau to come against him in the first place. He wants Esau to keep being a devil. Why? Because there is a reward for that, which is death and destruction. The Lord, he makes his power known by death and destruction. How you think Mike Tyson got so popular in boxing? Because he was knocking niggas the fuck out, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If Mike Tyson was just a pushover, you know, he made fights last to like the not last round and shit, he wouldn't have been as popular, man.
Right.
He was popular because why he had that power, man.
Yeah.
You get a reputation by letting your power be made known, and that's what the Most High is about to do.
Yeah, he was hitting motherfuckers one hitter quitters, man.
Yeah.
The fight was over. You
With
would
a
go
body
get
shot.
yeah, you go get something to drink and then you come back to fight over.
Yeah, kind,
You're like, damn, this motherfucker knocked him out that fast.
kind.
That's intriguing. Everybody want to see that. You know.
Same with the Most High. You know, he works on that level. He's gonna make his power, and he's also gonna raise up his men. His men are gonna be the tools for to give the Most High his reputation as well. Because we're gonna get spiritual powers. We're gonna be jacking you niggas up. We're gonna be putting you wicked Israelites to death when we get that power. You know, not of, as like, you know, of our own self. Like we gonna get guns. We're not gonna have guns, man. We're not gonna have guns or grenade launchers. We're gonna have spiritual power, man. The power to manipulate the elements and put niggas to death with that power, man. That's what we're gonna do with the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. So can you go to let's see, Ezekiel 35 and let's see, 35 and 10. And we just read down to the bottom. We gonna close out with that one.
All right. This is Ezekiel 35 and 10. Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine.
These two nations and these two countries, talking about the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom, the two houses of Israel. You got the kingdom of Judah and the kingdom of Israel, which the kingdom of Israel represents the blacks, well, not the blacks, but the Hispanics and the Native Americans, which were under Jeroboam after King Solomon, that branched off and started their own kingdom. But they are still our people. And the southern kingdom represents the blacks of America, as well as the Haitians and the Jamaicans, the West Indians. You know, Benjamin, Judah, and Levi, which is what they truly are. But Esau has said these two countries are his, meaning that what he possesses our people. What's he doing with Issachar right now? He's putting them in detainment centers on the border. He's trying to ship them back to Mexico. So what is he saying really? He's saying, look, I do with these people what I want to do with them because I own them.
Right.
Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, California, all those states belong to Issachar.
Okay.
But Esau said, you know what? This is mine. The rest of America will belong to Gad and Reuben. Esau said, what? This is mine. He grabbed at the so-called Negroes, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi from West Africa, and said, what he say? These are mine. I do with them what I want to. That's why the minute you Negroes in America are born, what do you get? A Social Security card. That lets you know you're a slave of the elite bankers, the Rothschilds, Gettys, and so forth, but mainly the Rothschilds.
And a birth certificate.
And your birth certificate.
And that's traded on Wall Street.
So your property, your Esau's property. But the Lord is saying what? He's going to judge Esau for these things, for what he's done. So that's why it's set up through the Spirit. So we can't marvel at the fact that we're in a deplorable condition. The Lord set it up that way. Because he wants to judge the white man. So this had to happen. So go ahead.
And we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there.
Right, so Esau thinks of himself as the Most High. So go ahead.
Therefore, as I live, said the Most High Power, I will even do according to thy anger.
Right, so he's going to do according to Esau's anger. Esau wakes up angry at our people. So that's exactly how the Most High feels. He wakes up with the Most High don't sleep, of course. So he's constantly angry at the wicked. The Lord said he's wicked at the wicked every day, every earthly day. And the Lord he's constantly hearing reports of Esau's wickedness. So go ahead.
And according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them.
Right, and Esau is envious of us. That's really why he's killing us so bad, because he wants to be us. He wants his blessing that he thinks is his, but it's really ours. So go ahead.
And I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee.
See? So the Lord is going to make himself known amongst the whole entire world when he judges Esau. And really, what he's doing is he's going to make known himself amongst you wicked Israelites, man. You wicked niggas, man.
God.
Corey Holcomb, you going to know Yahweh Shai is the true power when he start raining judgment on America. Because America is the seat of the so-called white man. And you live in America, nigga. So you should be looking to come back to this word, but you're not, because you're a 2/3, man. This word is for, which I don't know. Corey Holcomb, you could repent.
You could.
I don't know. I can't determine who's a 2/3 and who's not. But the way you go about it, yeah, you're going down the road. You're going down the wide path. You know that Yahweh Shai said. We're going through the straight gate. You're going to the broad ways, man. Because we can see Jake walking down that path, but we don't know if they'll stray off and go down the righteous path. But we see what path you're walking down, man.
And see, Esau make y'all think that the Lord wouldn't do nothing like this. But this is how the Lord operate. He got y'all thinking love, love, love.
Yeah.
It's not possible that the Lord could do this. No, this is how he blinds you. This is how the Lord get down. The Lord is a terrible power. He gets down like this. It's verse 12. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord.
They're going to know that he's Yahweh Shai.
And that I heard all the blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel.
Yeah, the lies, the slander that he speaks against our people. The Most High records that. The angels record it, they hear it, and then they give a report to the Most High, Yahweh Shai. So he have all the bullshit that Esau has put against us. What do he call us? He call us black. Black is a fucking color, man.
Yeah.
They call us Hispanics and shit. Hispanic means you're from Spain. So how is somebody from Mexico Hispanic? That doesn't make sense.
And you try to give this to our people, man, they just reject it.
God.
I mean, they don't even use logic. They don't. Spanish come from Spain, and you live in South America,
fucking Guatemala somewhere, still thinking you're Hispanic, man. Oh, this is my culture. We eat the pork and shit. You're bugged out. Man.
Bugged out, man. And that's why we laugh at y'all, cause we supposed to mock y'all.
Yeah.
Cause the Lord,
the Lord said stammering lips and another tongue. Stammering means making fun of you.
Come, man. That's why we laugh, because we the voice of the Most High. And he's laughing at you. It ain't really us. It's the Lord laughing at you. You stupid. But continuing on, they had laid desolate. They are given us to consume.
God, so Esau thinks that we're just his, man, which we're not. We're the servants of the Lord. Like the Lord said, call my saints unto me, those that have made a covenant with me. Why? Because from the moment we left Egypt and going back to the promise of Abraham and his seed were the servants of the Lord. So if we're ever in the predicament of serving anyone else other than the Lord would take us out of that. The Lord would say, look, they're mine. They're my people. Why do you think Moses said, what? Let my people go.
Okay.
Because we're the true servants of the Lord. We're not Esau servants. We're not supposed to be here fucking making license plates and shit. You know
this is why they say history repeats itself. We coming into the second Exodus. It's happening all over again.
Yeah,
nothing new under the sun.
You know, Jake Happy working at fucking UPS and shit.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
They made it.
Working for
you the mailman.
Yeah.
I'm paid.
Right.
You getting the crumbs off the master's table, man. Yeah. These ain't number crumbs you
Jake Happy with like a $2,000 paycheck, which I mean that's decent money.
Yeah,
get your money
for you to live, but
look,
don't think
the Rothschilds are making trillions, man. They making trillions of dollars. They actually own farms and shit, man. You Jakes are nothing but sustained slaves.
And what's funny, the Rothschilds laughing, niggas be on videos flashing money. They look at these like, niggas, you flashing shit that we gave y'all is worthless.
They got warehouses of gold, man. Warehouses with tons of gold in it.
I mean, that money that they issue y'all, it has no value. It's just pieces of paper. And niggas is flashing it. They just look how stupid these niggas are. It's not backed by anything. You know. Verse 13. Thus with your mouths ye have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. Thus said Yahweh thy power. When the whole world rejoice, I will make thee desolate.
Exactly. He's gonna make America desolate, man. And the rest of the places that Esau lives, he's gonna make London desolate. He's gonna make all the chief cities of Europe desolate. If they're not destroyed by nuclear missiles, look, the elect is gonna come off of the chariots and destroy Esau cities with spiritual powers. But mostly the way he's bringing destruction to America is nuclear missiles. Because that desolate is where you get the same word as desert. So it's going to get turned into a desert. Yeah, go ahead.
As thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so I will do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir.
That's right. Mount Seir. That's where Esau dwells.
And all Idumea.
And all Idumea. So everywhere where Esau is.
Even all of it.
All of it, man. The Lord is very specific. He ain't gonna destroy just New York. He gonna destroy New York, Houston, LA, San Francisco, Chicago, Kansas City, where we're at right now, fucking Alaska, Hawaii, Europe, everywhere you Edomites at, because you're going into hardcore slavery. You ain't gonna need no city. Why do you need a city? You're gonna be a slave, boy. You're not gonna need no city, man. You're gonna be in slavery in the land of Israel, building our shit back up. Because he's also gonna destroy the land of Israel where you cause ours right now.
Okay. And they shall know that I am the Lord.
So that's why the Lord set up Esau. That's why the Caucasian, quote unquote, is in power, Corey Holcomb.
That's right.
Because the Lord is going to make his name known. Because the whole world is in disbelief and without knowledge of the Most High. Matter of fact, you get that real quick. We're gonna get two more scriptures out. The one where he said he have a controversy with the people of the land. I believe that's in
Hosea.
Hosea. That one, and then we're gonna go to Romans 11:7. Close at Romans 11:7. I believe it's might be Hosea. Just do a verse.
Micah, I think it's Micah. Nope.
It's Hosea 4:1.
Okay, yeah.
Because the Most High is about to make his name known. We already went into it. How he's going to do it is when he's judging Esau in these last days.
This is Hosea 4:1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel.
Right, so the Lord is calling out to you. When you see this video, you may see what you think of as two bugged out individuals. But really, what you should listen to is our words, because we're speaking in the spirit of the Most High, the Creator.
Yeah. For the Lord have a controversy in the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of Yahweh in the land.
Right, so there's no knowledge of the Most High. So that's why he's going to bring this chaos, because you Israelites, you don't have no knowledge of the Lord. You're supposed to know the ways of the Lord.
Yeah.
You called to be his priests and his prophets and his servants. You're supposed to know. That's the thing. It's not like you just know and it's all right. No, that's your duty. You swore by reason of the covenant.
It's the whole duty of man.
Yeah, it's your duty. So if you don't know, the Lord is gonna make you know.
Okay.
He's gonna put you through that boot camp and make you know. The Lord is like a drill sergeant. He's gonna put these things in your head forcefully. So go to Romans 11:7. We're gonna close off there.
This is Romans 11:7. What then? Israel had not obtained what he seeketh for?
What is seeking? The truth. So go ahead.
But the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
Right. The election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. So the jakes that don't wake up to this truth, that we're doing all these videos edifying the elect, and you're not getting it, is because you're blind.
That's
And you won't get it.
Okay.
We're only doing this thing for the elect. Like Paul said, I do all things for the elect's sake.
Right.
So that's why we do this. So you Israelites, you gotta
Gotta take advantage of it because the famine of the word is coming.
Yeah, you gotta wake up to this truth, man. You gotta come back. This is the truth, so why not listen to it?
Yeah.
Everybody wants truth in some form or another.
Yeah.
So that we're gonna close out. Give all praises to
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash.
We're gonna give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to all the hopeful elect.
Shalom.